Hey everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey everybody. In today's episode, I want to talk about protecting your intellectual capital. What the heck does that mean? So often when we are experts, we go off and do one-on-one consulting, freelancing, or other kinds of work for hire. And most of the time when we do that, we're actually producing something for a customer or a client, right? We're working on one of their projects. We are, involved in doing something that's building something for someone else. That's work for hire. That means that whatever we're producing, they own. And most of the time when you're a contractor, a freelancer, or even, a lot of times when you're doing one-on-one work, you're creating systems or process or tools or training or whatever you're creating, and you're creating it for that company or for that business, and they own whatever it is you're creating. However, when you start to transfer your expertise into something that you're creating that you own, such as a course or a program or a book or whatever it is, however you package your methodology, your framework into a product, that is something that you own. And so you're moving from work to hire to ownership. And when you do that, you need to think a little bit differently. Because when you package what you're doing into a proprietary framework or methodology or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter. That is something now that you own. And so you want to protect and make sure that no one else can take it or no one else can reuse it or do whatever. So I have somebody who came to me the other day, and she's created this amazing program that she teaches to companies in a classroom setting, and wants to transition to move it all online. And one of the challenges that she's having is some of the companies that she wants to sell this to want to put it into their internal system, which most of the time we call learning management system. They want to put it into their internal system so their employees can access the training. So what she's just been doing is just giving them the workbook, giving them the videos, and giving them access to all of it to put in their internal system. The problem with that is that you lose ownership and control over those materials. And so technically, even if it has a copyright symbol on it, even if you have a license agreement, they can take it whatever they want with it. So if you want to, for example, charge by the number of users that are using your licensed material, you have no way of telling how many people are using it. And so if you're trying to charge by employee or by whomever, you have to rely on what they're telling you versus the data versus, being able to control that. And that's a really risky place to be, especially if this is your lifelong work, if this is your expertise, if this is something like my client, where she really wants to grow and scale this and turn this into something that she is continuously producing revenue on, and so handing off her intellectual capital to somebody else, to a third party, really doesn't give her that ability to leverage, both from a perspective as well as an ownership perspective. So the key is, how do you retain ownership? And that's really where a learning management system and your own learning system comes into play, where you put it on your site, you have somebody purchase it from your site, they go through the training, the program, whatever you want to call it, on your site. They can put their employees in, they can take employees out, but it's going into your system, it's not going into their system. So that's the best case scenario. The second way to do this is something that we call dispatching your program to their internal environment, which you easily can do. There's a tool that allows you to do that. Again, this is something that we specialize in. If you have questions about it, just reach out to me. But what it does is it basically takes your system and hooks it into their internal system. They're going through their system, meaning an employee logs in and they can take the courses, but it's actually playing from your learning management, it's not theirs. So you still have the data, you still retain the ownership of the content, and so it's a win-win for both you and the company, right? Because they get what they want in their system, so their employees don't have to log into multiple places. But you also are able to own the material. If you think about this just from a practical perspective, whenever you want to update the material, whenever you want to add something new, instead of having to go back to all of your clients and say, here's a new piece, or here's something else that you can download and load, and you actually can just push that out to them and they have access to it right away. Because that's the other risk, right? Is, say you have 50 companies that you're working with and they all want this update, or something break, or there's new content, or whatever it is, you would have to literally give that out to all of them, remember all of the different iterations or the different versions that each one of those companies is on, and send them what they need. That is really time consuming and really cuts out, to be honest, a lot of the benefit of automating and building an online program. So you want to streamline it as much as possible. So really think about that, not only, of course, in ease of administration for all of this, but also in protecting your intellectual capital, because it is really important that you protect what you have created. You protect your program, and the more you hand it out, right, the more you give it out to people, the less control you have over that. Because it's different than a book, it's different than class training, it's different than other types of sort of modalities that you can send out your expertise in. So that is our course building tip for the day, is really think through that as part of your strategy in terms of, how do you get your message out to the world? How do you help people get the results you want them to get, and retain that ownership in your program and your process? All right, there you go.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. The best thing you can do is to take action on an idea or tip that resonated with you. To help you take action, I have a free gift for you that you can download in the show notes. During each episode, we publish an action plan worksheet and other helpful takeaways from our speakers in the Course Building Secrets Creators Lab. To register for free, click on the link in the show notes. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Tara Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.